So 2012 Ram, 82,000 miles. Never ever heard the turbo at idle, and now it sounds like a Hoover vacuum cleaner. Turn it on one more time. Okay, off. So idle boost is 0.5. I'm going to turn the exhaust brake off. It doesn't change. Turn it back on, it doesn't change. Here we go. There's 29 pounds. Okay, we're dropping back down to 65. Cruising about 65. 7.5 pounds of boost. Kind of hear the exhaust brake. Get back up to 65 here. We're going to hold at 65. AC is off now, mostly just so I can hear the exhaust brake. Cruise is off. The exhaust brake kind of works. Okay, we're about to pull the actuator. About to pull the actuator off this 2012 Ram turbo, and it's not cycling like it should. You can hear the noise, and it's not making the correct noise. It's not making the normal zzz, zzz, zzz. I can't make it with my mouth, but if it's working normally, you hear it every time you turn your key on before you start your engine while you're waiting for your light to go out. So this has been a little bit of a pain in the butt. This connector, where it goes, this male connector where it goes into this female part, this is probably not going to focus. So sorry about that. But what I'm going to try to show you is the stupid connector right here. This red piece has to slide up that way toward the top before you can squeeze this part where my thumb is, and you can't see that very well, of course, either because my hand's in the way. You got to squeeze that for it to come apart. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. But in order to get this stupid red thing to slide up, it has a little red tab right in the middle here. You have to slide to the side, and I can't remember now which side I slid it to. I was sliding it to the side and pushing up on it. Finally, I got it over far enough and it slid up, and then I was able to squeeze this and pull it apart. Okay, I still disconnected it right here, and I disconnected this wire from it as well. Where'd it go? This wire right here from it as well. Okay, this was attached to the bottom of this. And on this 2012, you'll see that. That black one right here was attached to this. So anyway, I just pulled that off. This took like 15 minutes to get all these stupid 2 connectors off, just because I never know what I'm doing with these connectors. So now we have the moment of truth. We're going to pull this off. And I've got all the screws loose. We're going to pull this last cap screw off right here. Maybe by hand, maybe not. Oh, come on. We're going to see what this thing looks like. Here's the cap screw. So there's 2 short ones on top, 2 long ones on bottom. They're 5mm. Okay. What do we see? We see a little bit of crud there. I don't know what that is. It's just grease. Yeah, it's just grease. Well, it looks pretty good there. It's in place. Let's see where the actuator arm is. Now this could have fallen, of course. I don't know what it looked like when I pulled it off. But right now, we're just going to take note of it. The 3rd tooth is on the right side. Okay. There's a little bit of grease there too. Not bad. Okay. That's supposed to have a lot more play, and that is not moving. This is supposed to go all the way over here. Actually, you can see the old grease marks right here. So I cannot move this sucker at all. How was I building 28 pounds of boost? I have no idea. But my exhaust brake wasn't working, so I guess that does make sense. Okay. So what we've got to figure out is we've got to pull the turbo. I thought this was the actuator the whole time. I was like, how can this at 80,000 miles be the turbo being so clogged or gunged up, or something came out of adjustment right there. That's supposed to move freely, and that is not moving freely. Wow. Okay. Or something's warped and bent inside. Maybe I shut it off when it was hot one day, and because I wasn't running a gauge, I didn't know, or I wasn't paying attention. That could have happened. And that sucks. All right, so my next step is to pull the turbo and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it. And if there's something I can easily fix or clean, I'm going to do that, rather than put a $1,500, $2,000 turbo in it. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm happy the actuator works. Now I'm going to have to buy the actuator calibration software, or buy the City Diesel actuator half shell. They make a half shell that you pull these bolts off right here and then replace just this part on this side. And supposedly, if you put their half shell on, you don't have to calibrate at all. It's about $700 on Gino's Garage website. So I'm thinking about trying that. Otherwise, it's going to be about $800 buying the software and a rebuilt actuator. So I'll do one or the other. The actuator is easy to do. I might just try to recalibrate this actuator and put it back on. Just go ahead and buy the software, recalibrate this, and put it back on and see if that works. If I can get this turbo working. If I can't get this turbo working, then I'm just going to buy the whole deal. I'm just going to buy the whole turbo and actuator. I'll save these parts for extras if I ever need them. Okay, well now I know. Okay, and here's another indicator. It's not moving through its range of motion. This might not come out in the camera, but look right down that hole right there. That's an alignment hole. When you move it to the side, see how it goes over metal? So there's 2 alignment holes. There's one there and there's one over here. This should have about close to 1 inch of movement from what I've read. And that is not 1 inch by any means. That might be, I don't know, 3/8. And the funny thing is I can't even get it past that. It's like it's hitting and just locking. So we'll find out what's wrong with it. Okay.